Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my first buys and buys video for the year 2023. So I am continuing to do this series for this year, even though I'm technically on a no-buy right now for at least the first 6 months of this year. I thought it was still a useful video to film, just in case I do buy something, because I'm on a no-buy, but I am on like a replacement buy. Like if there's something I need to replace, I will buy it. But yeah, so how this video works is it's basically like a roundup of like a monthly haul and then my empties, and I put them in the same video to like compare them sort of side by side to see what's coming in versus what's going out. So let's get started. So from the buy side, I have not bought any makeup or beauty items in January, but I do want to mention a couple of items because I did buy them at the end of December and I didn't include them in my budget last year. So I'm not including them in my budget this year because I literally didn't pay for them in this calendar year, but my budget last year is ever so slightly higher than what I quoted in my end of budget video. I don't know if I just did like a December buys and buys. I can't remember what I did. But anyway, the two things that I bought, the first thing was this. This should have been in my like December buys and buys because I bought this like December 20th. And I don't know why I didn't put it in. Like, I think because I had it put away because I hadn't used it yet. It's just a magnetic palette I got off Amazon, and it's my Pan That palette, which I'm not going to show you actually because then you'll see what's going on the inside. But anyway, this is just a plain magnetic palette. Well, I shouldn't say plain, it's very pretty, from Amazon that I got, and I didn't bother like grabbing all the items, but this is one of the items. I bought something to go with that, magnetic. So it was a kit that had two of these little like tools in them so I can like scrape things out. I don't like the tools in this set as much. They're thicker, like this part is thicker. I feel like the original one that I have, like I have a third one that I bought a long time ago. It's a bit thinner, so it's easier to like use it as something to get into the sides of pans with. And then it had like the little metal like squares, so I could put them on the bottom of the pans that I pulled out of some of the palettes that I deconstructed. Thank you. They didn't decompose, not yet. So those were the two things that I bought. I bought them both off Amazon, and they added up to around $30, so $31.82. But again, my January, I didn't buy any other makeup items, any other beauty items, no skincare, nothing. So we're doing good. We're at a solid start for the year for the no buy. The other thing that I do want to mention is something came up in my empties and I couldn't find it in my purchases. So I think I missed a few Bath & Body Works things in my purchases. Not a lot, maybe 3 items. So like again, maybe around, and I got them all on sale, so maybe $10 to $15. So again, there's stuff that I bought in December, but for whatever reason, unless like I'm double counting, and I'll figure that out later. But again, it wasn't a big deal. I wasn't super concerned about it. So I did want to talk about, because my buy side is going to be pretty small, or should be close to nothing, or very small, I did want to talk about, I am sort of on like at least right now for the first few months of the year, like a full-on no-buy for like just things in general. Like I'm trying not to buy things like candles, buy stuff that I don't need. So I did want to talk about what I have been buying, like that's outside of like food and basic utilities, or like basic subscriptions. So speaking of subscriptions, it is that kind of a month where like the Amazon Prime subscription came back up. I have my project management certificate, so you have to pay for that every year, like renew it every year. So I had to pay for that membership. I think those were the only big ones because they were kind of pricey. The other thing that I bought this month, I finally bought some glasses. So I don't like these on me, but I'm going to put them on anyway so you can see what they look like. I'm not a glasses person. I feel like these make my, like, I can't really see myself because these are for reading. I feel like it makes my eyes look like they're really close together, but I feel like I don't have close set eyes, so I don't know. Anyway, I bought these from Clearly, like clearly.ca. They were on a super discount for like, I paid in total $75 for them. They're my actual prescription, but I only really need them like late at night when I'm reading. I find like my eyes get really tired late at night, or like really small writing on my computer. But I kind of just keep pulling. I have like Dollarama. I have 2 pairs from Dollarama that are like $1. I shout out to my dad, first of all, because he's the one that told me that Dollarama, that's where he gets all of his reading glasses. And I was surprised that they had low, like they have a +1. I'm actually a lower than +1. I'm a 0.75, but +1 works as well. So I've been using my Dollarama glasses that I bought like back in the fall. So yeah, I'm becoming my dad. I now have Dollarama glasses everywhere. I have 2 pairs. I did buy pairs in a previous video. You would have seen, I think in my fall vlog, I talked about glasses that I bought at Winners. They're 1.5 and they're too strong. Like I can't wear them. They're too strong. But I know my eyesight will eventually get there, you know, in a couple years. So I've kept them and I've just stored them away, and at some point those will get pulled out. So bought new glasses. Editing in here, I bought these little toothpicky things after filming. It's a replacement item for me, and they're like the best thing ever, particularly if you get like tartar stuck in your teeth and you hate the way that feels. Nothing else I don't think that I can really think of. The biggest thing has been this guy. You can't really see him now. I've been buying a lot of stuff for Harley, so I bought him a stroller, which I got off Facebook Marketplace, so I got it like half off. I've had to buy like new food for him because we're transitioning his food, and puppy pads. So long story short, I don't want to get too much into this because I might start getting upset. I'm in a new phase with Harley. So I talked about, like, Harley's a senior dog. I adopted him as a senior. We've been like, senior, he's his senior self, super senior. He's not super old, but he is old physically. Like, his body's not in great shape, and we're in a new phase. Like I said, he's not making it outside every time to go number 1. Number 2, he's still fine. And he's not spontaneously going, but he's going more regularly where, like, he just goes. So I've been putting puppy pads down. So he's really good with it. He knows where the puppy pad is, and he uses it. It started, when he was sick back in the fall, he was using them when he was sick, but then he, like, totally got back to normal. And, like, ever since I've had him for about 2.5 years, he's never gone inside. Like, he's been really good, which has been a surprise because from what I'm told, before I adopted him, he used to go inside. So it's maybe a bit of regression behavior a little bit. But yeah, over the holidays, he started going during the night. And so I was like, okay, sometimes he would use it. And it was like sort of every other day, every few days. Well, now, like, it's multiple times a day. Like, we've transitioned to a new phase of he just can't hold it and make it outside. And he's drinking way more water, too. So kind of to explain, he's got, like, chronic kidney disease. He has chronic pancreatitis. He has a mass on his adrenal gland. So his, like, cortisol is all off. He doesn't walk well, so that's one of the reasons for the stroller. He's had arthritis since I've had him, and his legs are all, like, wonk. Anyway, if you want to follow him, he has his own Instagram, but yeah, like, it's just, we're in a new phase, and I have to kind of be prepared that he's not going to get better. Like, we're just going to progress. But he's still happy, and again, there's not any big issues. He's still eating and all that kind of stuff, drinking tons of water, so he's fine. But things are starting to not work as well as they used to, which happens to all of us. So there's that. Now let's move on to the empties. So I've got my empties box here, and how I do my empties is sometimes I talk about things that are like other items. I talk about declutter items, but the empties sort of balance or budget or what I'm tracking for dollar value is just the empties, the items that I've actually finished up. And we've started off with, I think, a good number of items. We have some good things in here. I feel like this is a good start to the year. So one of the other items I want to talk about is a Bath & Body Works candle. This is the Vanilla Bean Noel candle. I'm sad that this one is, like, the packaging on this one is super cute. So this is a sad pan. This is one of my favorite candle scents. I'll definitely repurchase it. I do have a regular Vanilla Bean right now that's, like, pretty close to being done too. I'm kind of savoring that one a little bit. But yeah, I really like this scent. I do have the body scrub of the Vanilla Bean Noel, and I don't mind it. I don't mind it in the body scrub, but I just, for some reason, don't like this in the body cream. It just smells a little off to me in the body cream, or at least on my skin. I also finished up a pocket bag, which I think you can see by like the label. This is the one that's like been in my purse and in my backpack and I travel with. I have a few that are floating around, so it takes me a while to finish them because I have like multiple open. I think this one says don't give up your daydream. I have no idea. It's just like a berry scent. So finish that guy up. So declutters. So I actually have two palettes. So if you've been following my channel for a little bit now, you'll know that I talked about at the end of last year that I was like, you know what, I'm ready to let these go, but I'm not ready to let go of all the shades in them. So I ended up depotting them, and it took a while. It took me a little while to do this, but we got some shades out of them. So for each of them, I pulled out 5 shades that, like after swatching them and looking at what I have in other palettes, I pulled out 5 shades from each of them. And I'm happy with that decision. I think I pulled out shades that are going to work for me. And so yeah, that's what we're getting rid of. Again, they're not empties because I didn't actually finish those eyeshadows. I didn't pan anything in these. My issues with these were not quality. I feel like the quality of these are really good. My issue is, as a color story, they're very monochromatic. So, I mean, that's fine. It's cohesive, but it's like a one-note look. And then for both of these, they're both very warm. And I've talked about, I'm not a huge warm eyeshadow person. I like some warm eyeshadows, but I tend to lean more to neutral and cool tones, especially lately. It's just really been my jam. And these, like, I'm just not going to get a lot of use out of them. But they were older enough to, like, I bought these in 2018 that I really didn't want to pass them on to anybody as well because I felt like they were kind of old. And I mean, you can get these pretty cheap, like they go on sale and stuff. They're still on sale. I noticed they're still, at least I saw the Crimson edition the other day in the store, so you can still buy these. And again, they're a good alternative. I'm really happy I purchased these over the Naked ones because the Naked ones were way more expensive. Like this is a dupe for the Naked Cherry. I don't know specifically which one this was a dupe for, but I mean, like there's a million warm eyeshadow palettes out there. And again, quality-wise, these are really good. Like if you like these color stories and you see yourself really using them a lot, definitely, I do recommend them. I think they were good. I kept 5 shades from each of them, so there's that. And then the other declutter, if you watch my Shop My Stash series, you'll know that I am decluttering this guy. I talked all about it in that video. I can't make it work, so we're decluttering that. And again, that's a crappy product that I don't even want to bother giving to somebody because that's just not nice. Okay, now on to actual empties. So we've got a couple of samples here. This one was kind of an older one. I must have used it. Yeah, I tried to get one more use out of it. This is the Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation from Lancome in the shade Ivory. I don't really remember it, but I'm sure it was fine. And then I used 2 shades from this. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Foundation. Again, this was kind of like too small of a sample to determine if I liked it or not, because I couldn't really cover my whole face with it. It was more of like a shade matching thing. And when I look at this, I remember light 2 was too light and light medium 10 was too dark. I'm probably like a light 4, because that looks like kind of pinky. That looks a light 4 or a light 5, somewhere in that range, which is weird because light 5 looks lighter than light 4, but light 4 looks pinker. I don't know, that's kind of weird. But anyway, I wouldn't buy this anyway because I think it's too expensive for my taste. I didn't love it enough to like buy it, to think that I would, spend the money to buy it. So finish those 2. I got dog hair everywhere. Also finished this little sample. This was the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. It was nice enough. It reminded me quite a bit of the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer, so I don't know if I would bother purchasing this, but if I had it in a sample, like it was points perk, I would consider, I want to try it to see if it really is a good, it says Makeup Magnetic Primer, if it is a good, like, sticking primer or not. Like, do a half-face test. I should have done that with this. But only testing it once is not sufficient, but like a half-face test to see if it actually does help your makeup stay a bit better. So I talked about this if you watched my Lucky Bag. So this particular product, the Clean Apothecary Brush Shampoo, is what I actually got in a Lucky Bag, but I've been using this container for like brush cleanser. Like I just kind of put soap in there, different soaps, and I use it in here. And I did finish up a beauty blender. I got like a beauty blender kit that had the Beauty Blender and like a little soap. It was the Jewel Kit. I don't know if you remember those. They had like the little Jewel soaps. So yeah, I finished that guy up. So that's what this packaging is. This packaging I will keep because I like to continue to use it for that purpose. I'm calling this an empty, but it's kind of like a declutter. It's kind of an empty. It's just going as an empty. This was like from, it says True You. It's like a no-name brand. I bought this. You remember the stores that was like the As Seen on TV showcase stores if you're in Canada? I don't know if they were in the States, but it's just those stores that sell the stuff from like the infomercials. Anyway, I used to love going in that store and just seeing all the stuff, but they had like a small like travel brush set with like a brush case, I guess. And I still use a couple of the brushes from that, but this one, I don't even know what I was doing, but I think I was just going through stuff and I saw this brush and I'm like, this is useful for nothing. I think it's supposed to be a lip brush, but it's too big for a lip brush, and it's all sort of splayed, like too big for me for a lip brush, and it's all sort of splayed and stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Why am I keeping this? I could potentially, no, because it's all like splayed. I was like, I can put it with like craft stuff, but I don't even want to use it for that. Could be good for glue, I guess, but at the same time, will I actually use it for that? Probably not, so we're just going to say goodbye to that. This is the item that was missing from my list of purchases. It's a Ziploc bag with what looks like drugs. Sorry. It was a Bath & Body Works bath bomb that came in like the Christmas box set. I ended up breaking it up and sort of using it over 3 different baths. It was a pain in the butt to try and break it up. But yeah, so that's what this is. I didn't really like this. It was supposed to be like a snickerdoodle scent. So it had a bit of sweetness, but there's still like a soapy scent to it. Oh, sorry. Oh, it just kind of got in there. So it was a weird soapy cookie scent. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm not a big bath bomb person. So, you know, take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I didn't really love it. So now we have some good, the last 3 are like good solid empties. The first one is this Youth Anti-Aging Super Serum, Vitamin C and E, Hyaluronic Acid, and Ferulic Acid. So I did a whole video on this. I did get sent youth products in PR. This item was one of my less favorite items. It had a really weird scent, which I got used to after, but it was very unexpected, very medicinal. It almost smells like, yeah, just a very like clay / minty sort of medicinal type smell. And I don't know if this did anything for me, to be honest. I'm kind of one of those people that I just don't think vitamin C is my thing. So this was an item that I liked the brand. Like I liked a lot of the stuff. I liked the style of the brand. I liked the price point. This was around $30. So for vitamin C, not expensive. Reasonable price for the amount of product that you get. You get 1 fluid ounce. And like I like the packaging, but yeah, this is a product that's just not for me, so I wouldn't repurchase it. This again should have been in my empties last year, and I just forgot to put it in. This is the Dior Lip Glow. This is like the OG one that's like in the pink. I think it kind of tints your, it's got a bit of a pH to it as well. It's not a super strong pH on it, but I definitely think it does have a pH. I love this product. You can see I scooped it out. I definitely want to repurchase this at some point. And I talk about I do want to purchase another shade in this sort of line. The other shades are a different type of formula than this, I feel like, based on swatching. But yeah, this was a nice, I got this as like, I think I paid points for this, so I got it basically free. Like I paid, I think $20 for like a bunch of items that I used points for because I paid the taxes on them. But yeah, this is a sad pan, and I have, because I'm on a no-buy, I'm not replacing it right now. And I've got enough lip balms that I'm good for a while, but I definitely want to repurchase that in the future. It's kind of a like splurge product, but I really enjoy it, so I don't mind splurging on it. And it lasted me, I think I bought this 2019 or so, like it lasted me a long time. And then another sad pan, although I've already cracked open the next one. It's in my shower right now, the one that I bought in the fall VIB sale. This is the Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging Replenish Moisture Shampoo. This is my favorite shampoo, I think, of all time, of any shampoo I've ever tried. But it is kind of heavy. I feel like I need to break up using it. 1, because it's expensive, so I want to like make it last a little longer. And 2, I feel like, yeah, if I use it repetitively too much, it will weigh my hair down a little bit. I also noticed that so I complained about when I got this. So you're supposed to like, you untwist it and you squeeze it, but this is really like stiff. The new one I bought, it's not as stiff. The plastic is not as stiff. And I did not get stronger between the new bottle and the old bottle. I feel like they made the plastic a little bit thinner on the new bottle, which I'm really happy with that change because I really, really enjoy this. But yeah, this is a very splurgy product. It retails for around $45 for 250 mils. So again, I do enjoy it though, so I do buy it every once in a while. Particularly like to use it in the wintertime when like we're in like drier air and my hair can feel drier. But yeah, that's a sad pan, but I'm already on to the next one. So I already did repurchase that. So from an Empties side, what do we have here? So I finished up 9 Empties. I think in total there was 14 items for the month, but 9 Empties. They had a paid value, what I paid for it, approximately $58.86, and then a retail value, $148.90. Again, basically that's coming from these two products mostly. So yeah, a good start to the year on Empties, a good start to the year on the buy side. So I feel like at least for the first few months, I'm going to be pretty successful in this project in terms of buying. The only thing that I need to buy soon is a face moisturizer. I have been kind of stretching out the one I have right now, but it's almost like I'm scooping it out with the spatula at this point. So next month that will be the only thing that I will be buying, but I'm hoping, depending on what I get, if I get something from Shoppers Drug Mart, I can use, I still have some money on my gift card for Shoppers Drug Mart, so it'll be like zero spend, even if it is a new item that's brought in, but it's something that I do need coming up. So I think that's the only thing coming up on the buy side. And on the good buy side, I do have like a number of skincare items that are getting close to being done, but I don't know if they'll be done next month. But over the next few months, I'm going to have a few skincare items that are definitely going to be wrapping up. So yeah, that's my January buys and buys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.